Lately, a lot of you guys have been struggling to balance a handstand. You've been trying a bunch of different drills, been doing a lot of attempts, but every time you try to do the handstand, you just fall over. And the thing is, you feel like you have enough strength, but it's just the balance that's quite lacking. Or maybe you've unlocked your first handstand, but you just can't hold one consistently. So by the end of this video, I will teach you guys the 3 different pillars for learning a handstand, and I will also show you 5 different drills you can utilize to improve these pillars so that you can learn how to balance effectively. And I'll also be giving you guys a bonus tip at the end, so make sure to check it out because this tip will 10 times your handstand progress for the balance. These are the exact same drills and pillars that I utilize myself to get my handstand from looking like this to this within a few weeks. Without a further ado, let's get right into the video. This is the first pillar, which is finding that balance point. In order to balance a handstand more consistently, we have to learn how to find that balance point more effectively. A great drill you can do is called the wall balance point drill. What you want to do is you want to give yourself a little space from the wall. You want to kick up to the wall, and then you want to bring one foot away into that straight line for the balance point, and you want to try to slowly bring that other foot in line with the other foot so that you balance that handstand. For a while, this may be kind of difficult and may look something like this, where you can't even bring your foot off the wall, but over time, it will improve. So just keep practicing. You don't want kind of an arched body, you want a straight inline body so that you're balancing more effectively. You can actually make this drill even more effective by climbing up to the wall so that your body is fully aligned, but this may be a little bit harder. So when you're more advanced, you can switch to this variation. So in order to find the balance point effectively, we also have to learn how to refine our kick up so that we're not kicking up too far or too little. So a more advanced drill you can do is what I use, and I call it the kick up control drill. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself a bit of space from the wall, and then you want to kick up to the wall, but you want to crush your fingertips into the ground to slow your momentum down. This may seem kind of rough at first, where you're kind of crashing into the wall, but over time you will develop more strength in your forearms so that you can slow your momentum down. And then the goal is to avoid touching the wall completely. Pillar number 2, handstand control. As you move further away from the balance point, you notice that you start to lose balance and fall over. If you want to be able to hold a handstand for more than 1 second, you're going to want to learn how to improve your handstand control. Because even if you learn pillar number 1, your body is actively moving, so it's moving away from the balance point. So you need to learn how to control it and get back to that straight line. If you fall forwards, this is called an overbalance. And if you fall back towards your feet, this is called an underbalance. So how do we control our handstand to avoid overbalancing and underbalancing? When you're falling forward in an overbalance, what you want to do is you want to use your fingertips and crush them into the ground to tilt your legs back. And if you're having an underbalance, you want to try to use the bottom of your palms to push off the ground to tilt your legs forward. Obviously, this is going to be hard because it's not like we're going to be able to do a freestanding handstand. So a great effective drill that you can use to build up to that is called the frog stand. It's like the baby version of the actual handstand. So what you want to do is you want to crouch to the ground and then place your elbows on the inner part of your knees. Put your hands on the ground in front of your knees. You want to lean forward with your arms bent and try to pick your feet off the ground. Now you can actually practice using your palms and your fingertips to control your handstand so that you're getting back into the balance point. If you're struggling to hold this frog stand, what you can do is you can use your feet for assistance to try to get up off the ground. And then eventually over time, you might be able to do the frog stand. But once you get the hang of it, it's a great drill you can use to develop your handstand control. Another great drill you can do is called the wall assisted control drill. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself a little bit of space from the wall, and then you want to kick up onto the wall, and then you want to use your fingertips and crush them into the ground to bring both of your feet off the wall. And if you start to underbalance, where you're coming back towards your feet, then you want to use the bottom of your palms to push you back onto the wall. This is a great drill you can use to practice controlling your handstand. Like I said, at first, this may seem a little rough, but over time, you will have more and more control and you will develop more strength in your forearms so that your control is developing. Pillar number 3, engaging the proper muscles. Engaging the proper muscles for the handstand is like locking in your handstand in a straight vertical line so that you're on the balance point permanently. Honestly, you can learn how to do a handstand without this pillar, but for those of you who want to hold their handstands more consistently or for longer periods of time, then it's essential that you learn how to engage your proper muscles. So the muscles that you need to engage are the shoulders, your core, and your glutes. A great drill you can utilize to practice this is called the wall engagement drill. So what you want to do is you want to climb up to the wall with your stomach touching it. And then what you want to do is you want to push your hands into the ground and engage your shoulders. And then what you want to do is you want to engage your core by flexing it. And then you can just squeeze your glutes so that your handstand is stabilized in a straight line. This will help you build that mind-muscle connection for the actual handstand. And this will help you hold the handstand for longer periods of time. So as promised, here's a bonus tip that will help you improve pillar number 2. So whenever you're doing a handstand, there are actually several points of contact between your hands and the ground, which are the fingertips, the top parts of your palms, and then the bottom part of your palm. You always want to try and stay on the fingertips and the top parts of the palm because you have more points of contact and you can evenly distribute your weight. But if you stay on the bottom parts of your palms, you only have one point of contact, and this is harder to control the handstand. So the key to learning this tip is to avoid staying on the bottom parts of your palm and always try to stay on the top parts and your fingertips. If you want to learn more about the handstand, I highly recommend that you check out my community because I have a detailed course teaching you how to learn a handstand from ground zero. Right now, the community is only $5 a month, which is like buying a coffee. So if you want to 10 times your handstand progress and learn even more advanced skills, then I highly recommend that you check it out. The link will be in the description, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.